Hi, everyone. My name is Michelle Thomas, and I'm going to read to you from my story, The Second Hole. Madison was a new student in the Detroit Waldorf School's second grade, a class spoiled by three bad girls: Nicola, Emily, Beth. Teachers usually hollered their names, but the bad girls kept right on, balancing on the log fence that surrounded the playground, deaf as cats, or tipping slinkies down the stairs 2 seconds before recess, or chewing lemon now and later taffy, one of the many desk destroying snacks parents were told not to provide, and smacking wetly during story time. Even if they'd been on their best behavior, Madison would have known they were bad just by looking at them. Their hair was dyed blonde to green, chestnut to red, black to blue, and each had one small braid wrapped with chunky embroidery thread hanging behind the left ear. Shiny temporary rose tattoos wrinkled on their flexed biceps. Madison was not a part of the group. She hovered on its edge, sharing her chocolate jello pudding cups with Emily, sharpening Nicola's crayons, and French braiding Beth's curly black hair. She was a smarty pants goody two shoes with fuzzy cornrows and sloppy acid wash jeans, which were so over, according to Beth's older sister Leah. Plus, she didn't do anything after school. Didn't dance, ballet, or jazz, didn't swim at the yacht club, didn't ride horses. Perhaps the girls would have liked her if she wasn't also a big fraidy cat. When Madison came over to spend the night for Emily's birthday, she picked truth instead of dare, like a chicken. She left the room when they asked about her first kiss. Mr. Carter, Emily's dad, had to drive Madison home along with Danielle, the only other second grader who would cry when it was time to go to sleep. She's boring, Emily told Nicola and Beth, who snuggled deeply into their pink cotton sleeping bags. When the bad girls saw Madison at school on Monday, they all sniggled. Still, Madison preferred the bad girls to her neighborhood friends. She had joined the class that fall and moved into a new house on the east side of Detroit at the same time. Since then, she had knocked on each bar-protected front door between her house on the corner and the oak tree 6 houses down, and found only 2 kids, Chelsea and Faith, sisters born 1 year apart. And how could she have fun with those two? They went to the neighborhood school, where the playground was a fenced-in square of concrete with a decrepit basketball hoop and a rickety swing set. They played Barbie and My Little Pony at recess, stretching the unyielding limbs of their plastic toys into jumps and flips. Madison tried once to teach them her school games, pick up sticks and mancala, but they snapped the painted sticks in half and threw the colored glass beads across her lawn and into the street, where they bounded like skipping stones on the blacktop, then plopped, forever out of reach, into the sewer drains. When she told them about her school, its classrooms full of pink gauze curtains and wooden trestles, they laughed. The school festival sounded made up. Kids holding paper lanterns with real candles inside, placing their glowing lanterns along the trail like fallen stars. "Do you go to school with a bunch of white kids?" they asked. It was a mistake to tell them yes. They snickered. Then Chelsea called her Oreo. The name hurt. She felt like her skin was a black shell, which lodged a creamy, colorless trespasser. The last time she agreed to play with them, she was squished into the back seat of a car and driven by adults she did not know 10 minutes past the boundary marked by the oak tree. Chelsea said the adults were cousins, and Faith said, "Come on, Oreo." If she'd had someone to tell later, she would have said, "This is why I went." She was driven to a house with brown velour drapes drowning out the afternoon light. The cousins pushed her shoulders and said to go on, to not act so scary, which made her want to reply that she was scared, not scary. But it was useless to talk to strange grown ups about where fear came from. To them, it was all monsters under the bed. Madison peeked into the playroom. A boy stood there, barricaded among two toy houses, scattered Legos, a barrel of monkeys, Tonka trucks still secured in their blue boxes by bubbling plastic, a tub of gack, a marvelous set of Hungry Hungry Hippos, G.I. Joe action figures marching towards a small box TV playing Tiny Toons, an empty box of tricks with the white rabbit grabbing lustily at a bowl of fruit dyed corn puffs, and a red plastic play table. Chelsea and Faith piled in on either side of him, teetering among the rubble. From the kitchen, Madison could hear the slap of cards on a metal folding table and smell the sweet smoke of black and mild cigars. Madison did not want to go into the room and close the door, which was behind the closed front door, which was too many turns down streets full of identical white siding houses for her to remember the way home. But she was more afraid to let the cousins find her still in the hallway. Thanks.